Hello, my name is Brent. I'm playing Saren Starseeker. He's an Astral Elf Divine Soul Sorcerer. Finished off one devilish deal. We got the second one shelved for a little bit. He lost his angelic wings, but he still has the imprint of Zariel's sword on his soul. And yeah, sounds like we have some more souls to address.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm playing Ash. She's a tiefling fighter. Um, she has a tail with a mind of its own. Uh, she's I wouldn't say she's happy to be back in the house, uh, but it does come as a relief, um, because she's now closer to finding her family, and she knows where they are. So steps are being taken.
Evening, I'm Samir. I'm playing Redwind Glaw, a chthonic tiefling uh, warlock. It is his first time in the Hells, and we'll see how he deals with it, given that he's perpetually cheerful as a coping mechanism, I suspect.
I'm Ronald, and I am playing Aziz Rave, a human-looking wizard. Um, Keen on finding his mother's soul, and interested to see what this group of individuals that have been laid out for him to travel with function. Will they be hindrances or aid his goal?
I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Melioris. Bryn Mel is a beautifully dangerous drow gloomstalker ranger with snow white hair and steel gray skin. This week's fun fact about Mel is she's been making good use of Alazaria's journal. She has sketched the 9 hells as vertical layers and has notes in the margins of who needs to go where and for what. She's secretly pretty pleased with her work and thinks her sister would be proud.
Mm.
You plane shift multiple planes at once? Or can we?
I do have business here in Avernus, but it's not urgently being called in yet. The second layer, I believe, to Dis.
Would I be able to take a short rest? Oh, dope.
Why?
Is it too early to push the button? Okay.
It's my beard check.
Don't.
No, I'm real bad at those. It's a, it's a 4. I
Damn.
do I? I don't. I don't have advantage. Oh, well then make that an 18. Okay, thank you.
While we rested, could I have applied my one and only health potion to my armor? Thank you.
Armor.
Yeah, my armor stores health potions.
Neat.
while we're going through this, Rodden's probably gonna ask the three who've been in hell before about very mundane questions like, is it safe to drink the water of the river Styx, and can you fish on the river Styx?
Saren would jump in very quickly. No, don't drink the water. Don't touch the water. Don't look at the water. If there's anything alive down there, you don't want any part of it.
Yeah, Ash just kind of giggles as those questions get asked.
We
I
encountered a
think
guy a while ago. He wanted us to get in a metal ball and go under there, and we said absolutely not.
Oh, well, hold on. I said that we
Wait,
should
did
do
he-
We
that.
said, I
We should
said
have done
no.
that. We really should have. Think of the experience we could have had.
I
Did
think
he
that would
did
have
he
been
ever
the
find
last
someone?
experience we all had.
Oh no, I would have been
Well,
fine.
hang on. If Do you think we'll encounter this guy again? Because you can ask him then, if he actually
I
found
hope so.
someone to.
I think we might be a little far off, but maybe. Anything's possible.
Aziz would be in his room, well, his mansion, so he would not have responded to that wild question. But he will
Listen, this
offer
guy.
throughout the trip if anyone wants. I mean, he looks at the lodgings that are available and says, uh, if you prefer more leg room, welcome to come inside.
Miss out on this view again. What is the view from the River Styx and Avernus?
Screaming pain, Green River, death.
Outstanding. 7. Oh,
Oh, nice. If only you were a cleric.
Was this the guy that killed me?
Um,
Mm. Oh.
Because we
Oh,
need
that one's
reminding
dead.
of that.
Could I make out what the abyssal screeches were, since I speak the language? And what stance is this demon taking? Aggressive? Passive? Curious?
And who are you? Oh, sorry, he doesn't have a name. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
he,
Well,
he's
well,
not
okay.
even
Well,
a he's not even a named enemy.
who's
We
your
can take
lord
him.
then? You don't need to have a name. It's fine. Hmm. We have to talk to him. Hmm, will I though?
You begin to hear a buzzing sound as you notice more demons coming forward. These ones also flying. They almost look like large amalgamations of flies.
Why is Baphomet so interested in talking to us?
Because you are not the enemy, which means that you have the potential to be an ally.
Hmm.
Strange way to call on potential allies.
You will not question my lord's manners.
Catch more with honey, is all I'm saying. They have honey in Avernus? Never mind.
I mean, there are honey wasps
Yep.
and there are Avernus
Oh,
wasps, so
they, they have wasps. Yes, that's true. I don't recall them making honey though.
yeah. Well, I can always adjust things.
Yeah, I bet you could. I mean, is it gonna do anything but cost us time to go talk to him?
There are many souls at stake.
I am aware. I will.
I'm just gonna interrupt the TX and ask, like, any kind of whisper. Uh, we're not we're not fast enough to speed past this horde, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
They've also blocked the way, right?
There are barges ahead of you that have moved to sort of create a bar, yes. But of
It's not
those,
worth the
they've
fight.
had a few divert to actually like come close to you. So while you're not fast enough to get past them, if you're reckless enough, you might be able to like sort of, brute force your way through, take openings.
I don't think it's worth
Oh,
the fight.
I'd probably come upstairs and be like, uh, why are we stop moving?
This one's lord wants an audience.
And what if we talk to your boss and we don't want to have any part of what he's offering? You're just going to let us go?
That is for Baphomet to declare and decide.
Baphomet. Oh God. Ugh. The blood war.
What
Do you
is
know his
existence
boss?
outside of blood?
Our lives, which has nothing to do with it. We have no interest in taking either side. We have our own plans of being here in the Hells that doesn't involve fighting a war or doing sabotage or doing whatever.
Are you prepared to die
We're not
on
even trying to
that
stay.
stance?
Are you?
As I have told your companions, you will come ashore, or you will perish here.
I looked at you guys and I was like, just so you know, demons are chaotic, so this is either this one way or another. This is probably going to bust out into a fight because I'm telling you right here and now, I'm not agreeing to teaming up with a demon.
No one's agreed to anything. But I think
Wait,
going and having a conversation is better than fighting this now.
One would be more, will be more surrounded and in front of a demon lord.
It's only asked for a conversation.
Do we at least have your master's word of safe passage after we have conversed?
I cannot speak for my master.
And you go axe.
And be seen as a failure? Risk my pride. I was tasked with bringing any who dare pass along this portion of the stakes.
Okay.
Must we all go?
If you are concerned with attempting to befoul your barge, you may have
I'm not.
some stay behind.
Then
But
I will
since
go.
you are confident in such, I must. Will you stay behind?
Because there are some who clearly don't want to. I will go.
I'm not. We might as well all go because this doesn't make sense for one person to go speak to a demon lord by themselves.
If someone needs to watch the barge, I've been doing that already. Nothing gets past TX anyway.
Lovely.
Can't let you go alone, Ash.
I was kind of counting on at least you and Melioras to come along.
Sounds like that wasn't the plan.
Go.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I don't like any of this, so may as well go and get it over with.
Go, but I'm gonna have an attitude the entire time. I'm kidding, but
Well, I mean, we're going to be passing through the domains of archdevils. Demons don't like archdevils.
yeah, but there's not a. Well, I don't know that. There could be devils deeper in the deeper levels of hell.
I know from our experience, it's can be very difficult to go against the waves of even this first layer of the hells.
All right,
Working
well,
through those waves has gotten us this far. I think maybe we worked against a wave or two. It didn't always go well.
well,
I mean,
I'm
this is about as familiar as being back on Faerun, you know? You step into some lord's territory, he gets curious. He wants to see who these interesting people are, and maybe he can find a use for them. On one hand, this is just the same but different.
my only concern is if things go out of hand and it devolves into a fight. I'm not looking to prolong any conflict with Baphomet. We run and we try to get to the barge and try to get out of here.
Saren, you could probably get us back to the barge if things
Yeah,
got hairy.
I was thinking the same. I can get us out of there if we need to.
Sounds good. All right. Take us to your leader.
The
Nerd.
Nalfishne nods, and it's not directed at you. It's directed at the Casmes. And as the Nalfishne leaves, you can feel the barge actually shift with the release of his weight. As the Casmes then surround the barge and will direct it back to the shore, flying it across the water to the stakes. You notice that in this sprawling camp filled with demons, there are other humans present, other mortals. A half dozen soldiers in uh, half plate and plate armor, um, a pair of warriors wearing uh, cloth that speaks of a distant land, um, and three wizards with tattoos upon their skull markings. They look at you as you are brought into the camp.
Do they look like prisoners?
Roll an insight check.
7.
They don't look happy to be here.
I mean, I could be anybody in hell, though.
I mean, there's one surefire way to find out if they're prisoners or not. You could
Do you guys
ask
have
them.
dental?
Right? Say, what are your benefits? Does Saren ask them directly if they are prisoners?
I mean, are they bound in chains?
They don't have chains about them. They just don't look happy to be here.
Or how aggressively are we being escorted?
Not very.
Yeah, Saren will kind of steer off to the side for just a second. Hey, what brings you here?
Of the 3 descriptions, who would you be directing that question at more out of 10?
You said there was a pair of soldiers?
A pair of warriors, half dozen soldiers in plate and half plate, and 3 wizardly looking figures.
We'll do the pair of warriors.
As you approach the pair of warriors here in these cloth armors, they look to each other for a brief moment before turning to you. We traveled from Xiaolong. We're searching for the souls of our mother and father. And we could not refuse the lord of this portion of Avernus. Not as we are.
Refuse him in what way?
His numbers are great, and we are too. But his goal, as he has explained it, will allow us the opportunity to save the souls of our parents.
What has been asked of you?
To offer our services in his army.
How long have you been in this camp?
I do not know. It is hard to keep track of days when there is no sun, no stars.
How many times have you slept?
An harder question to answer. Sleep does not come easy. We've been here long enough. They feed us. We rest when we can. We've seen others come. And he watches they sort of cast their eyes to the wizards.
Are you the mortals that have been here the longest?
There were others here before us. Not quite the way we walk about the camp, though.
I assume they didn't make it back from whatever war is being fought.
No, they're still in the camp. Just don't walk like we do.
Why?
They are kept in a cage.
For defying the Demon Lord?
I do not ask why they are kept in the cage. I've learned better.
Very well. I wish you well, thank you.
And gives a nod.
Saren will rejoin the group and just kind of try and quietly say, they're recruiting soldiers. They're not keen to let soldiers leave. There's cages.
As you
Well, that bodes well for
Craft.
us.
um, As you get back and you give
Sorry.
this update to your companions, this is when you get to that massive tent that you had seen from the bards, the one stitched of the different devil skins. The flap is opened. You can see that the supports on the inside appear to be bones of some mighty beast. And also within this tent, the commander of this demon army. The great 20-foot tall black furred minotaur with 6 iron horns. You see at either side of him stand more minotaur-like demons, just as massive as their lord. And at the back side of the tent, a bone cage, in which there is over a dozen humans sort of huddling in terror. Well met. You seem like warriors or adventurers. Identify yourselves.
My name's Saren. We're passing through the area.
On what business?
Our own. Further down the sticks.
Fishing.
Why would you go further down the sticks? All that waits below is more laws and confining natures. No, no. What you really should focus on is removing those chains. You take away
Oh boy.
law, you take away civilization, you take away the oppression that those bring. Freedom is what you are left with.
Those behind you in that cage don't seem very free.
Those behind me in that cage do not understand what freedom is. I tell them of my plan, and what do? They scorn it. No,
And what of this plan?
as this plan is simple. Take down the laws of this realm. This realm, all these levels, they are the laws that exist outside of it. It is their influence that moves into the other cosmology. Removing it will bring freedom. But to do that, I must make war. And my next plan, which perhaps you may help me with,
Mm.
is to destroy one of the flying citadels of Avernus.
That sounds like quite a lofty goal you have.
Correct? Which is why I would need assistance. You see, in my camp, I am able to command my army, my troops, meaning that I cannot go and flag down one of these flying citadels. We are close enough to see and watch their patrols, however. You could direct one of these flying citadels to me. I would attack it. You could be on your way 5,000 gold richer.
How would you suggest a flying citadel be directed in your direction?
Flying
As we
citadels
don't have
are
wings.
flying citadels are watches. They monitor. You get in line of their sight. You make some commotion. You run, and you bring them here.
Hypothetically, should we refuse and allow you to go about your cause, would you allow us to go about ours?
Should you refuse, which is, of course, always your choice. I believe in freedom. Freedom is all about choices. You will become meat for the machine that waits beyond this single victory. And as he says that, he sort of motions to the cage behind him. But, as I said, it is your choice. Whether that meat is ground here or elsewhere, all the same.
And how goes the Blood War? I've heard there's been changes in Avernus recently
Ah, yes,
to your opposition's leadership.
that is correct. It has provided us a bit of a step forward in our goals. Infighting always does. But it's still intense. And I still await for more forces to reconstitute in the abyss and return. So I
Seems
believe
you've given us
the champion of another one of my brothers has been recently freed to roam as well. Might add another boon.
I think from my perspective, it seems that you're offering us a very a one-sided deal, especially to those who have already helped you in the Blood War.
You claim to have already helped. How?
Removing Zariel.
Suppose this statement he takes a sniff.
Saren will produce the angelic feather that was gifted to him. I'm not going to use it, but just show it. Haven't you given any thought to who caused the vacancy in the Archdevil's role?
No,
It was us.
but it is good to know. I'm impressed. I am. Not enough to rescind my offer. If you leave, as you are free to do again, it is your choice. You do so without the opportunity to gain 5,000 gold, and you do so knowing that your fate will be one that is chained.
It seems
Just so
that
you
you
know, my
already
fate.
owe us.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it.
I was just gonna say my face has the "I told you so" face. I knew this was gonna happen. All right.
What causes your conviction in the fact that I owe you? Do you believe that I am not tactically minded enough to have gotten a lead on the situation without you bumbling into a advantageous scenario?
Certainly not. any insult intended, but you even admitted that Zariel's removal has been a boon to you.
Correct. And Zariel's removal did not need to happen by your hand. Anyone could have done it.
But
Would I still be in a debt? Should it have been another archdevil's machinations that took her down? Would you consider me indebted to my enemy in such a hypothetical?
no, but you could be thankful to us.
You're neither friend nor foe. We're neutral in this matter and just wish to go about our business.
As I've said, your choice to leave is always on the table. If you leave, you bind yourself to laws, to oppression.
Perhaps our goals on where we're headed would further help you. We're headed further down the Styx, places where you don't even go.
Right. Why would I push further into enemy lines until I have captured where I currently stand?
Disrupting their supply lines where they feel comfortable can certainly bring eyes away from this, from Avernus.
I would rather take my chances with the Citadel and try to follow whatever bait you're putting before me. You can offer your
No bait.
services, or you can leave. That is what I offer you. Freedom or obedience.
Could I
What even
insight
is?
check him?
Well, sure, roll an insight check.
I want to see if I think he will actually let us leave without setting people upon us the minute we walk out of this tent. It's a 23.
You can tell that if you leave, he will probably not do anything to you because he believes you to be a lost cause. So if anything, if you leave, he thinks you lesser than where you were when you walked in.
Listen, that's fine with Melior's. Sorry, Saren, you were saying something.
What even is the value of gold in the Hells?
I mean, if you go to a certain casino, you can get some good shit with gold.
So I heard
Um,
Tiamat got some. She has some fun down here.
Redden's gonna go up to Sarah and kind of whisper, what if instead of gold we asked for a favor? Ode.
Mm-mm.
To be- You guys are the experts.
This is
I lean into Saren. We are dancing around circles. We either have to make a choice now. I don't. He's stuck in his ways.
we've dealt with
What?
devils. This is actually one of the few times a demon has even spoken to us.
Demons are not lawful, though. I don't know that they would hold up their end of the bargain.
Yeah, they're literal chaos.
In that case,
I'm
we
saying
get
we cut our losses now and we just leave.
yeah.
What do you think, Ash?
No, not when we have a supply chain that magically sends us stuff.
Sorry, I said, what do you think, Ash?
I think we should just leave. It's a lot of money, but it's no use to us here.
There's no contract or guarantee.
Also detracts us from why we're here.
Very much so. We said that we would come for a conversation. We didn't say that we would agree to anything.
Things get dicey on our way back to the barge. I'll get us there right away. Saren will turn back to the Demon Lord. Well, we apologize, but don't think this is an offer that interests us. So we're going to take our leave. But it does still seem that we're aligned ultimately with, our goals perhaps helping you as we travel further down the Styx.
I sincerely doubt that. Leave.
Saren will give a modest bow, turn around and leave.
He pays no attention to you after he says leave. Like, he's whatever conversation you guys had, the moment you've again said no, gone.
Saren's
Good stuff.
cautiously walking back towards the barge.
No, Ash is following.
There is again the eyes of the camp on you, as you make your way back to the barge.
Could have gone worse. He could have taken it as a slight.
I thought we were fairly respectful.
As did I.
Is there anything following us, Faye?
Not that you can see.
I don't know if I liked that answer.
Melioris is walking with her hands under her cloak behind her back. And she's watching for anything that might be, overly interested in their group as they walk back.
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, that is disgusting. That is a 15.
Okay. No, everything just seems like a normal amount of interest for, a group of mortals in the hells, just having met with Baphomet and, walking out
Alive.
unchanged.
How long is it taking us to get back to this barge?
Long enough to see if there was any other interaction someone wanted to do on the walk there. It is still going to be a bit of a tricky uh, navigation, so it's not a quick escape here, as the Casmes have no reason to help you, and the barges don't really move to make your way out easy.
Ash will stand by the bow, kind of moving between both sides of the barge and giving out um, Just calling if they're getting close to one of the other barges on either side.
What's Ash's passive insight?
Pretty sure it's 10. Yeah, it's 10.
All right, cool. Um, cool. As you do this, every time you call out, you do hear sort of TX grumbling from where he's steering. Um,
Hmm.
but that's about it.
I think once we're clear, she'll kind of walk back and grumble to herself, like, "Fine, I won't help."
So, your journey continues, and I realize that I did not have our hellscape on loop. All right. Let's just go for that. So, um, you can continue on this path, the journey of the Styx. And it's all right. You all right. As you are moving through, go ahead. Why don't we have Ash make this roll?
Okay.
Ash, would you like to roll for me a d6?
I can do that. It's 2.
Or 2. As you're reaching the farthest edges of Avernus, you notice something a little strange. The fighting here is not as intense as you have gotten closer to the phrase where only the Styx flows beyond to the next level. You see a group of figures. Abishai, you would know them to be. A fiendish, draconic creation. They don't pay you any mind, but you do see that they move in a group. They fly overhead and move past you towards the direction it came from. You can, of course, point out this occurrence to the others, or keep it to yourself as something you see, Ash, but
No, I'd share.
Oh. What direction are they flying?
uh,
Where we can.
about a southwesterly.
And they're paying us no mind?
They pay you no mind.
That's the best type
Direction are
of
we
mind I
traveling?
like.
You are traveling
East.
east. Yeah.
Okay.
What colors were they?
Uh, what was seen was black, white, and blue.
Does it look like there's anything in the direction they were flying from?
Nothing that you can see with your direct eye, but roll for me a history check, Melior, since, you've been here.
I'll do that. I was so close to being a natural 20, but it's a natural 2 instead. +0 for a 2 total.
There's got to be something out there. Maybe, maybe they're looking for something as part of a contract as well. I will also remind you that Saren does have a map of Avernus, specifically.
Hey, Saren, where's that annoying map?
Do I have to pull it out?
Yes.
I unfurl the map.
I consult the map. Can I tell where they were flying from?
Ooh, the smell of sulfur and of sorrow. Oh.
Who opened the map?
Consulting the
It
map.
was Saren.
As you look at the map, a southwesterly fashion from where you are currently above the map, from Kotam's lovely insights, points in the direction of a shrine to a certain goddess and a tower of her
Sure.
champion.
Yeah, that's where they're going. Can I tell where they were leaving?
No, because where you're currently at and which is where they came from in this area where you spotted them, is off the map.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense that they would be going there. Okay, let's put the map away.
I roll it back up swiftly.
Oh,
Thanks, darling.
goodbye. Goodbye.
Faster.
All right. Maps tucked away. Silenced as it should be.
I was thinking it's probably a really good thing that we didn't take Baphomet up on that offer. Is that extra gold or just attract things to us.
Those things.
So what?
Believe
What
the
kind of things would? Sorry.
Oh, they're like vulture guys, and they love gold. They suck.
Literally or figuratively?
It depends
I
on
think
what
it
part
was
of the
just
statement.
Suck part.
Oh, all of the above.
Ah, good to know.
Mm.
I was actually thinking another good reason not to help Baphomet is I'm pretty sure didn't someone tell us we have to convince Asmodeus at some point to free the souls? Otherwise, even if we get them, they're just going to be hunted over and over and over again when we leave here.
I
So
do
helping
remember
his
vaguely.
helping his enemy in the blood war is probably not going to put us in Asmodeus's good graces.
Mm, yeah, you're probably right. Not that that's somewhere that I want to be, but
I also just didn't want to do it.
I could tell.
But that being said, I get the feeling that Saren is the leader of your group or your trio.
Leader is a strong word for Space Boy.
Oh, okay.
We've spoken together about whatever direction we're going to make, and I think we can continue doing that, and with our new companions as well.
That being said, we all know who's in charge, and Ash will kind of stand up a little straighter and cross her arms.
Yeah, TX, the mighty
Oh,
sorcerer.
Yeah, wait.
Too late, you've
how
already agreed.
confident did Ash do that?
It's his boat.
Technically, it is my
It
So
is.
vote.
My goodness.
Kotam,
whoever
I'm
has the
just like
boat has the
imagining
crown.
Kotam doing like stitch work during all of this.
Yeah.
100%.
Old man
Actually, did
activities.
did that requisition for Moonshine ever get responded to?
You were told that they would check their stocks and return with a price. You would have to ask. I believe it is Saren who is attuned to the box to check the box if there is anything in it currently.
The box. What's in the box?
I wonder, you think they would post letters for us?
Probably.
Hmm.
Never hurts to ask. How close to the edge, based on when they looked at the map, are we to getting to the next layer?
Uh, you're pretty close to the edge, but get from the edge to the next layer is not an immediate thing. So you do travel someplace between. Some more
Is there
dangerous than
any
others.
Can I try to perceive further out to pass the time, see if there's any threats coming afar, any more demon or devil encampments that might stop us?
Yeah, go right ahead. Perception roll.
9.
I will keep your 9 in mind.
Can I just use my passive?
No, I wouldn't ask for an active roll if I was using passive.
I've tried that
Oh,
many, many times. Does not
Mm,
work.
you sure, Faye? Come on, help a
oh
brother out.
my god, this is going to get into. I've seen Reddit stories, and my stance is always the same. If I'm asking for a perception roll, it's active. Alright, cool. Keeping that 9 in mind. It's
Pippin in it. We'll go back to it. Sorry, go ahead.
my stance will not change. Is anyone else wanting to do anything as we move? Um,
I wanted to speak to Kotam about something.
yeah. What do you speak to Kotam about?
Meliors will approach him at some point. Sorry to interrupt your needlework. Um, you said you know a lot about the Hells.
I do.
Do you happen to know anything about a hill overlooking the Styx in Avernus that is covered with metal trees?
Yes, Harmon's Hill.
Yes.
I am aware
The
of it.
trees pop.
The
Excellent.
trees, they are connected to Harmon. They are the manifestations of his wrath, enacted for all Harmon have perceived to wrong him.
I thought he mentioned something about people wronging Zariel.
When Sario is a slight in Harmon's eyes against him, a most devoted follower, Harmon was, both as an angel and a devil.
Yes. Hypothetically, if one were to say, have received one of these trees with their name upon it, what would that mean for that person?
It is a strange thing to think of. I cannot think that you will have much to be concerned of in a hypothetical, though, perhaps you will be placed upon a tree. That is how it works, to my understanding. Your soul confined to your sins.
Yes, uh, that is in line with what I am aware as well. Hypothetically, do you think that would change now that Zariel has been redeemed?
Dario has been redeemed. But Haruman, as I understand, is still lost.
What power does Haruman have over someone else's soul?
As much power as anyone would have over a soul. Of course, it changes. But if you are in possession of great magic, or of the containment of a soul coin, you too can wield great power over a soul.
Yes. Meliors gets uncomfortable at the mention of soul coins. But thank you for indulging my curiosity. I'll let you get back to it. And then Melioris leaves looking like she received 0% of the comfort she had been hoping to receive from this conversation.
Well, if I remember correctly, and this can be something that Meliodas ponders, Haruman did fall eventually. What good is his judgment of sins if he's dead?
Suppose he did die in the hills, so he's probably dead. That's what she's telling herself.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. I want to be back here on a tree for all of eternity.
Until another adventurer lets you go.
Yeah. Uh, Thereby, continuing the cycle. If the barge is big enough, Meliors would like to burn away some of these uh, thoughts with her practice of the Belvioler.
Yeah. Easily done. Any other interactions or actions taking place?
Well, Ash had planned to help in any way she could on the barge, but since her first attempt was met with, less than appreciation, she's just gonna sit and
You don't want to talk to TX?
no.
Okay.
Kelsey doesn't.
Redden's gonna
Ash
tell
does
Ash.
not.
Redden's gonna tell Ash, like, this is why I'm asking for the moonshine. Half a bottle later, he's gonna be much more cheerful.
I don't think there's any cheering him up. I think that's just how he is.
It can't hurt to try.
Hey, Redwin, what's your
I'm
passive?
not trying to stop you.
What's your passive insight, Redwin?
16.
TX doesn't really seem upset.
It's just how he is.
I mean, like, it's not even like TX seems to be fine, like the same way that you had met him before, where he's just a boisterous, loud gnome. Oh,
Yeah, he seems like his usual self. So, don't sweat it. Redman's probably gonna keep an eye on the sky for now. Mostly, like he wants to see if there's like any, again, first time in the Nine Hells. So he's probably gonna see if he can practice his archery skills on flying roadkill.
Then, as you watch the sky, anyone else watching the area around you, it's strange to go from a horizon to cold. You have the sensation, of course, of the movement. You can see the sticks beneath the barge and feel you travel as you descend. And then, I think this is where we're going to take our real life mid-session break. And we'll come back in a little bit to what goes on in the in-between. you are not really in a place. Sure, you stand atop a barge and you can see and smell, feel, hear, or hear. But where is here in that space between the helms? I would like everyone to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is this being charmed?
Nope.
I got a
I
27.
I got a nat one.
Oh,
I got
Oh,
a 2.
I love that it's our two
Uh,
tieflings that get the two.
like double nat ones? No.
No, Ash doesn't have a modifier, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
So, why don't we go with the natural one first? Why don't we start? In this nothingness, Redwin, you hear a voice. It's hard to give name to the voice you hear, but you know that it is familiar. This voice has called your name before, and it calls to you again now. And for some reason, you have the urge to answer. How do you answer this voice that calls to you, Redwin?
That one will be focused on the voice of his mentor, I think. So he's going to answer with a name. He's going to say, Stone Eye. Is that you?
You give name to this voice. You hear it again, but yes, that is Sonai's voice. As you look into the distance, you think you can make out a form, one that is familiar to your mentor's shape the last time you saw her, just off the distance.
This doesn't make sense. Devil said Cania, right? Like it's like his brain is kind of foggy outside. Like he's trying to reason with himself, but he's not quite able to make logic stick in his head. And he's gonna like I'm assuming it's kind of seeing the figure kind of off in the distance beyond the barge itself or
Beyond the
within the barge.
barge.
Like he's hesitating, I guess, taking a step closer to the uh, let's say, is it coming from the north or towards the bow? Like whichever direction it is, he'll take a few steps closer to it. And like his movements are a little sluggish, his brain's a little foggy.
As this is going on, let's go over to Ash, who is also experiencing something in this moment.
Okay.
Ash, you hear a voice call. and it is not entirely familiar, but you have heard it before. Once. It was as you hear this name call out to you, and it does not call out for Ash.
Hmm.
It calls you by a name that you haven't heard in a long time. And then you remember where you heard this. In a traveling emporium. On the back, many war machines. In the chorus behind a deal made with the owner of said establishment. You heard this voice, and your life changed forever. And now you hear it again, beckoning for you.
Uh, I don't. I don't think Ash calls out to it at all. I think she hears her name, and she's just gonna like cover her ears and duck down and hope it goes away.
For the rest of you, so long as Aziz is not returned to you would see these responses. You've heard nothing except for the emptiness. Though you did hear Redwin call out a name.
I would ask Coltam is like, is that normal? As I gesture to the three people who kind of
Only
seem
two.
out of it. Sorry, two people.
This realm is beyond my knowledge. I do not have much information for the in-between, as it does not quite the information of itself.
But this happens regularly when going between layers.
I have never experienced it.
Oh,
TX, however, this happens all the time. You really just you see all sorts of things going on the march. You don't need to worry about this.
that was both informative and not informative at the same time.
Look, don't question Mighty TX.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you two, you know, I'm also inside his mind. He's also theorizing. Well, both tieflings are the two that it happened to. So it could be, it could potentially be a tiefling thing. Um, but I will, uh, Miss Ash, are you and Redwin? Are you guys okay?
You
Ash
hear him?
doesn't respond right away. She just kind of stays crouched and ears covered.
Well, your guys' friend. I'm gonna let you guys handle that. Um, because I Aziz does not know. does not know how to comfort her. So, um, I look to Redwin. Are you and wait for a response if he's okay or not?
Can I can I hear Aziz at this
You
point?
can. And as you hear
Yeah. So
Aziz, you don't hear the other voice calling.
like, he's gonna look at Aziz with like a dazed expression, and he's look like turn his head a little bit, just like trying to see like you get the sense that he's hearing something and he doesn't hear it anymore. And he's like, I you can't hear that? Wait, I can't hear it anymore.
Uh, the eerie silence and the creaking of the barge. About all I hear. Is this
No,
a
you
tiefling thing or?
a what
I mean, I don't.
thing?
Uh, is this a tiefling thing? I mean, you guys are the
Even
only two that are
even
acting weird.
we come to the nine hells and even here. And then like this kind of snaps him right back into reality at this point. Like, um,
No, I just want to point out the only people who are freaking out are the tiefling. So Jesus, like, is this a thing? He's concerned for your safety, but also like, this is happening to no one else but you guys.
Brendan's gonna like just kind of blink for a second. He's gonna like press his hands to his brow, like just squeeze the bridge of his nose, just kind of trying to get his like brain blood circulation back in his brain, and then he's gonna face palm for a second. It's like, ah, I guess I was seeing things, and he's gonna point at these very quickly, like, also very rude, but thank you.
Again, I do doing the Will Smith like arms out extended, like the two tieflings, one's acting weird, but okay, all right. Uh, well, uh, just keep us advised if there anything else weird happens.
As we're so, if we're kind of past Avernus and like in the in-between places, this like again, Redmond's been watching the skies kind of, so has the the
There's no
atmosphere
sky.
around the bars kind of changed? There's no sky, it's just blackness or
Yeah, the
what?
only thing that you
Fog?
can see right now is the sticks. The barge and the river sticks are the only things that have a visual.
So, okay, here's a I guess it's an above table question, but with Devil's Sight, I'm
Mhm,
still seeing like nothing.
mhm.
Oof.
That's concerning. Like like as he kind of like breaks out of his like brain fog, he's gonna look at Aziz and then he's gonna look around the blackness around them, like the like the absence of light around them, and he's gonna say, "Look, you know,
Mhm.
I was watching the skies, but there is literally nothing here, even with the enhanced vision that I have, and it's not. I can't see anything. There's nothing here. Is TX around?
Mhm.
Yep, TX is at the helm.
Is this normal?
Well,
How are you navigating?
there's nothing to avoid down here. It's just the straight on. Hey, we'll be seeing this in no time. Or
What's
maybe
straight
sometime.
on? What's straight? How do you know where you're going?
Just listen to the sticks.
You know, I asked for
Aziz
moonshine.
will
I'm gonna drink all of it myself. I'm not saving it for you. This is too much.
Aziz will kind of
Sorry.
walk up to Redmond as like, I just want to point out the river still exists. It's just there's nothing, there's no edges. So I'm assuming he's just following the straight path.
But you know, rivers have
Because
currents. Like, you know, I get what you're saying, but rivers have currents, right? There are
yeah,
enough boats and okay, look, hell's geography is weird. Getting a headache.
I mean, on the bright side, at least we're not in the water elemental plane. Water everywhere. Kind of get directionless.
I've never been to the water elemental plane, and I've
Neither have I. But
Looks like Caitlin's got some things going on in the brain.
Yes. While that lovely conversation was happening, Melioras, I think, would have clocked that Ash wasn't okay. So she'll go over and she'll sit down a few feet away from Ash. She doesn't say anything. She just kind of waits for Ash to come back to herself again, but she just stays close by.
I don't think Ash would have um stayed like that for too much longer. Um and she'll take a couple of deep breaths.
Are you good?
I think so. I don't like it here though.
No, that makes two of us.
3.
I'm okay.
Okay.
can I ask the mighty, oh so powerful Terax a question?
Yeah, you can approach TX. He allows you.
I'd like
All
if we
Uh,
3 feet of
if we
him.
pronounce his name wrong. It'd be nice if we pronounce his name wrong a little bit every time, like Terax.
he met Captain T. Um,
Wait,
uh, is so does anything like if you were to fire off, I don't know, an arrow or a spell, nothing would happen, right? To this empty void.
I don't know. You might piss off the void.
Oh, has that ever happened to you?
No, but I don't go shooting things off into the void.
Hmm.
But I can't imagine
Thinking of this.
anyone would like being shot at, and especially not a void of immense power in between the hills.
Hmm. Has anything ever come out and attacked anyone in between the voids?
Oh, in the in between, no, you just get whispers sometimes that they whisper in your ear, and I figure that's what's happened to your friend. Pointing over to Ash, who's like pulling herself back together now.
Oh, so it's not just a tiefling thing. All right, I apologize.
Yeah, the whispers
You
get
both.
worse the further down you go. Sometimes you
Oh.
get to
That's
the.
not comforting.
Hmm. What if you're in an extra dimensional place? Do they still affect you?
I don't know. I've never been in an extra dimensional space.
Hmm.
How come you don't get affected? We didn't look at TX.
Who's to say I'm not affected?
Ooh. Just drop the
I'm
knife
just
in.
kidding with you. No, I've been down here all so many times. I've gotten used to it. I don't think it bothers me anymore.
Hmm. Well, seeing as it clearly traumatized those two, what do you normally hear?
Let's see. Last time I heard a whisper, I think it was that guy that claimed that I had cheated in cards, but I hadn't. That night I only cheated in dice.
You're a hell of a man. All right. Well, do you know how long we're gonna be in this, based on your travels between here?
Oh, it shouldn't be more than a day. But it does tend to Hey, that's the worst. It's not always that bad. But I can't control the void, and sometimes the void likes to stretch on. If you like, just go take a nap, and surely we'll be out before you're done.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna open my mundane door, guys, downstairs. Again, offer still stands.
Uh,
Not sure I like closed spaces.
Ashley's gonna go down below, but she's gonna take a bunk.
Um, Redwin isn't going to go down below, but what he's going to do is he's going to take one of his arrows, just fasten it to something on the deck and cast light on it and stay close to that for the time being.
I'm gonna deal with blackjack and hookers.
What's in your door?
No, y'all guys had your opportunity. I offered it. No one came in. I mean, but are you asking me that before I go downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, sort of like a demi-plane, in the form of a mansion that I can make the shape of I want.
So you're telling me there's a mansion behind a magic door that appears?
Uh, you could be there's spectral servants or tangible, depends on my mood. Um, yeah, there's bedrooms. I can make as many bedrooms for you guys as you want. They're spacious, master bedroom. They're all be master bedroom size. And there's a dining hall that can probably host like 100 people. And there's food, typically wherever you want.
I never knew such magic existed.
Realms of arcane. It's vast, but
My the nature of my magic seems to be different. I don't really even know what I can do until it happens.
are you a sorcerer?
Perhaps.
Well, uh, I will say studied magic is a bit more versatile. Wizards have spent centuries and span of the verse to create things that can reality bend things to their will, not just the elements.
My parents could both use magic, but I was never as lucky, and I suppose until I was.
He's a mutant. Kill him. Um, that sounds like sorcerer behavior.
Most
If you
likely.
ever need help, I don't know, learning or practicing your magic, I'm always have a free. Seems we have a lot of free time in
I,
between rides.
that's very much appreciated. Everything's always been just kind of instinctual for me.
Does your Your parents, were they divine, draconic in origin? Weird tentacles?
No tentacles that I'm aware of. Um, my mother was a star druid. My father studied at a college.
Alright, man. Hmm?
I couldn't steer our ship. I was always a little sad about that growing up, but now I probably could.
Oh. You are used to sailing.
Sailing might not be the right word.
I'm aware of spelljammers.
Yeah, maybe it is the right word, but yeah, that's where I grew up.
Oh, they're all still they're all still bolt shaped for the most part.
Yeah,
Go to Jason.
I mean, I have heard. I haven't seen one myself. I've only seen diagrams of your people's unique design boats.
yeah,
They seem like
people get pretty
moths.
creative. Yeah, my parents had more of a damselfly model.
Well, if you would like a tour of the mansion, just come with, or you can talk knock later.
I mean, I would be grateful for a tour.
Me too.
Um, well, I was about to say the wrong name, Aziz, not Romulus. Um, we'll find we'll find the wall downstairs in the bunk room that he's been making use of, and uh, he will make a I'll use my spell slot to summon the door and make it look mundane and look as it fits the ship's aesthetic, not to you know make Captain T mad. Uh, though we enter a mundane crappy looking door, you are greeted with almost like a large antechamber that kind of has like almost like Roman like granite type feel to it instead of like wood like mansion. And there seems to be like a set of stairs that just go up, and but standing in front of it and floating on a large pedestal is this huge statue of a female with her legs crossed and sort of like hovering there. Um, the hand gestures, for those who are familiar with magic, are common gestures or somatics that would be for like some type of abjuration, like the most common gestures for abjuration spells. Um, it could be mistaken for a artistic, deliberate statue of Mistra, but after actually like looking at it and getting close, you can see in the eyes and the bone structure a more familial uh, look that seems to match Aziz. But he guides you up to the stairs to another set of ornate doors, and seems to be the actual like main thoroughfare, as there are a long hallway of like different doors, and you'll see that they have nameplates on him. Uh, he will say, Aziz goes to say, uh, I will show you one of the rooms, as most of I made copies of the same room, um, only because I'm not familiar with any of you as of yet, so I didn't really have time to do any personal touches. But he goes to like the first door, but each door is like has like a nameplate above it. So if one person wants it, it does say your name, and the first door will probably be Saren's. And you'll see a very, you know, posh like master bedroom. There's a large circular bed up against the back of the wall with large drapes to like black out everything. There seems to be like a railing that looks like it leads to like outside. There's like a, but you know, it's kind of obviously a fake, you know, window. And there is a master bedroom, granite for tile floor, open shower, dual vanity, your typical HGTV bathroom. And but yeah, he says basically all the rooms are like this. Once I get to know you in the future, I'll probably add some special touches, but if you have any requests, let me know.
Wonderful.
Uh, there is a training room 3 doors down, and he'll take you to it. And it's looks like a coliseum, something you would see, you know, in Greece. They're practicing. There's like training dummies. There's target wooden target, and then he will also take you to the kind of banquet hall where there's multiple dining tables and virtual servants ready to serve you whatever meal you want. They have like a one will come up to you and Aziz will say, just think about whatever you want and ask the servant, and they will lift the lid, and the food you would want will be right there.
Incredible.
This sure would have been nice the last time we were here.
You have it now.
Well, thank you very much for your hospitality.
Of course. Anything to make sure that we're all at the top of our game. If you need anything, my room is at the very end of the hall. And he will open the lid of one of the like tray, like dinner trays, and there's a like a glass, and you think it's like it looks like it at first glance is very thick and red. But he walks off and kind of gives you guys a peace out. Starts drinking it.
So, Saren, shall we use my room or yours?
Yeah, they're identical. I don't think it matters.
No.
I'll know that for next time. Just put the
Our
same
ship named
nameplate room.
Semistars. Meliors does not say that.
I've done my piece, so if Faye, if you wanna, or if anyone else has anything they want to do.
I believe that a torch was lit up on the deck of the barge.
Wasn't so much a torch, it was just basically an arrow with
An
the light
arrow?
cantrip cast on it. So yeah,
Oh,
not to burn the barge down
yeah.
essentially, but
Okay. A torch, but no fire. Oh,
exactly. Just
oh. It's strange. The light shines out, but it reveals nothing. And it strikes you that that's what you're looking at is not a darkness, but nothing. The only things to exist in this in between realm is the river that you sail upon and your barge. Whatever those voices were in the nothing, you have no idea what those could be.
that strikes right into this may not have been the smartest thing to do, but again, he's kind of committed to it now. So he's gonna be like, well, here, might as well take this in. He's gonna look back at TX and go like, how are you so calm about all this?
I don't know, sometimes it just, stops being something you worry about. There's other things to worry about in the house. The nothing ain't part of it.
Well, you've gotten to those other things. I haven't yet. I don't think maybe the three who were here before have, but not the three of us who got here the first time.
Yeah, I can't really tell you what to expect until you're looking down the barrel, so to say. You never know what fear is going to grip your soul until you feel those icy clutches. But I ain't afeard of nothing, so I've never felt them.
Of course.
What is it that you're afeard of?
Lots of things. Dying. Well, up until I got here, I would say I wasn't afraid of the night sky, but there's gonna be one of those things to add to the list.
So you're
Fear's
afraid
good.
of.
Fear's good. Fear's healthy. It's because it's instinct telling you that something's coming you may not be ready for. The brave are the first to die. Smart ones cheat.
Bravery and lack of fear, they aren't always the same thing. I would say that I'm brave, but I'm not afraid. Not afraid of nothing. Ash,
Yeah.
you also stayed out on the deck.
I went below.
Oh, you went below? Oh, sorry.
Um,
Here. What
She's just
is
not in the mansion.
what is Ash doing below?
um, she found herself a bunk. Um, she's not. Um, the experience shook her. Um, so she's compartmentalizing, trying to reset. Um, even her tail isn't as active as it usually is. Um, something she doesn't normally do is she is pulled out. Uh, there's a few pieces of parchment, um, letters, um, very clearly written by children. Um, one has a picture drawn at the bottom, just stick figures, uh, names above each of them. She's just reading them over.
Alright. You're reading over the letters. Going off of that previous failed wisdom save, sort of leading into this moment,
Mm.
absent-mindedly, seeing that your hands are occupied, you recognize a pressure from your tail, where it has coiled and wrapped around your trident.
And what do you think you're doing?
There is a strange comfort in the aftermath of that experience of having your weapon so close by, but in the same moment, there is something in the pit of your stomach that also feels unsettled with having it so close.
Hmm. Well, uh, she'll kind of shift in her bunk so her tail is extended, but still so it can reach if it wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but she's keeping her person as far away from it while still being in contact.
Okay.
She doesn't want it to go anywhere,
Yeah.
but
Wait, did we lose somebody?
preposterous idea.
Yeah, Brett had to dip early.
Oh, okay.
You you do that, Ash. And I will say that this is enough time for a short rest. That much has happened that you need to re up on your resources, but anything that you would, I'd say anything that you could do in 2 hours can be done here. Any sort of downtime activities and whatnot. But it is Redwind up on deck that notices the first change. And it is the smell. Burning iron and heavy smoke cloy at your nostrils and throat as you breathe the air and see the walls around you. Another burning sky, but it's hotter here. As if stepping into a forge.
Jordan's gonna cough a little bit and gonna take probably say a loose scarf or something and tie it around his face just as a makeshift uh, mask, just to, like cover the the burning stench. I would say he's also gonna like outwardly kind of curse. Like I think fiend bloods would probably have a better time here. Like thinking of like tieflings who have a different heritage. Like for him, this is not. It doesn't feel familiar or comforting.
Speaking
It's just
of
hot.
speaking of feeling some comfort and familiarity, why don't you roll for me a d6?
Yeah, D6.
D6.
Well, I've already rolled in that one once, and that's a 4.
4. You would notice a strange sight as you look up in these skies. 6 dragons, red in color, probably young given their size, seem to be flying not too far from your barge and in the same direction as you.
They seem aware of us that I can see.
As you peer closer, they do not seem aware of you, as they have riders upon.
So Redmond, as he looks at them, he's gonna try and attempt to make out the shape of the riders because he has the like he has the eyes of the eagle equipped. So he's gonna like try and zoom in a little bit, see if he can make out what the riders look like.
You see an ochre skin and almost elven features, but they are more gaunt, as if created for aerodynamics rather than elegance. But you can also see lean muscles in the arms and legs, warriors. Tell me, would Redwood have seen a Githyanki before?
That's a good question. I mean, he's mostly been around Faerun, so again, if he's seen, if it's conceivable that he would have encountered them anywhere between Waterdeep, Candlekeep, and Neverwinter, it's possible. But other than that, he would have heard of them potentially. But
Definitely heard of. Why don't we do
Mhm.
this? Roll for me a D100. If you get
Okay,
a 70 or above, you have met a Githyanki before, at least seen one.
okay, all right. 20, 12. Sorry.
You've only heard of them.
Yeah. So at this point, this is just like more weird elves. Elves who ride dragons. Huh. He's gonna, I guess, as he sees this, he's gonna take note of it and then just head. For him, he's gonna assume TX has seen this shit before, so he's just gonna go down um, below deck. At this point, I guess he's only gonna see Ash at the monk
Mm-hmm.
and no one else because they've all gone into the secret mansion.
The mundane door
Um,
that's just to nowhere.
yeah. At this point, he's probably gonna wake up, assuming Ash is sleeping. Wake her up first, just to say, like, seeing relay what he just saw. I've seen dragons with riders, same direction as us. Um, where are the others?
Uh, at first, Ash is gonna like wake up too quickly at the sound of dragons are above. Um, we're not under attack, are we?
The No, I think we're downwind of them. They're in the same direction. We don't seem to be the
Okay,
targets. Yeah.
got it. Uh, the others went through the door.
What door?
That door.
You see a mundane door that was not there when you got onto the barge the first time.
Like he's
Some
gonna be like,
weird. I don't
is this
know.
a
Some
closet? I
weird
missed this.
magic.
Can I? Can
That
we? Can
house
you
thing.
open it? I guess is a question for Aziz.
I feel like it's kind of rude. Maybe you
Oh,
should knock.
try it.
He would knock first, but like pretty loudly, like dragons overhead. You guys sleeping in there?
Yeah,
Aziz,
freak him out. That'll go over well.
what happens when
You just
Redwin
you're behind.
knocks?
Um, so there's an echo. So when you uh outwardly you guys don't hear it, but like inwardly inside the mansion there is like kind of like a magical like echo of a knock. Um, and you guys will hear a voice that sounds like Redwind saying, "Hey, dragons out outside."
Got a whole ass intercom system, hell yeah.
I'm sorry. What you just and like you would hear that you hear that sound of like someone walking down the stairs. No, I'm kidding. But eventually, the door opens and you guys see that, you have the Doctor Who moment of like it's clearly bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Um, and looks nothing like the rest of the ship. But he's like, "Did you say dragons are outside?"
Not outside. They're flying in formation up high. Do you have another boat inside this boat? What? What?
Did you
He's gonna
not
look
hear the
inside and
explanation I gave upstairs?
yeah, I heard it. I
Tim,
just didn't see it until now.
yeah, I'll I'll give you a tour later. As he or I mean, or you can just walk in there, just if you want. But he goes, leaves the door open, and just goes up the top of the barge and like look up. Are the dragons still flying in formation?
They are. They've slightly outpaced you on the barge, but they don't seem to be going. From what you understand of dragons, they don't seem to be going at their full speed capabilities. They seem to be keeping pace with something.
At this point, can I see the riders or no?
I'd say you'd be able to see the riders, yes, and anyone else who would have come out at the sound of dragons.
Oh, Meliors would have walked up behind Aziz while they were still in the doorway, like with Redwin, like would have followed everyone out.
Yeah, easily enough, anyone on the deck is able to look up, see the dragons, and peer a little closer to see the riders.
I think everyone probably asked Melior's
Can I
like elves riding
can
dragons.
I, can I tell what they are, or would I need to do a insight or?
Um, I'd say that you'd be able to see the, uh, that general sort of description of them. Would Aziz have met or known of Githyanki?
He's pretty studied. I would say he would know. He studied the cosmology of the multiverse and lanes.
Then you would know what you're looking at.
Okay. Uh,
And of
well,
course, Meliors has seen a Gith, though you don't know if they were Githyanki or Githzerai. Um, Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Captain Zira passed before unlocking that knowledge.
Yep.
uh, looks like it's a pack of Githyanki dragon riders.
Do we need to worry about them?
You are secretly a mind flayer, are you?
No, I can assure you I'm not a mind flayer.
Mm, then I don't think we should have much of a problem. They are a nasty group of individuals, but they aren't. They're more mission focused, if I remember correctly. Um, and you said they're like young dragons that they're riding on,
They're riding on young
or
dragons.
mm, mm, I think they might just be doing sort of like military just
There's mind flayers where I come from, but do we need to worry about running into them here? Why are they here then?
no. If my memory serves me correctly, the Githyanki have a deal with, or at least their leader has a deal with Tiamat. She gifts them some of her red dragons, apex of her creations, um, as dragon riders for their cause in killing illithids. Uh, I'm assuming they practice here because I looked to Saren's the astral sea. You don't typically the astral plane. You don't age, and no matter how powerful you are, uh, even if you're a dragon, if you're in an ageless dimension, you can't get any more powerful. So I think they're doing their training here. That's all theory. Game theories. I'm sorry.
At this, Kotam sort of puts in the uh, last stitch of the current project, and perhaps they are traveling to one of the many marketplaces of this.
Oh, cool. Uh, you said there's many marketplaces in this?
Yes, there are, of course, the Agora, a trading hub known across the plains.
Oh,
Beyond that, there are other notable locations of this. The Iron Tower of Despair, the Gardens of Delight, and the Great Prison of Menteria.
I'm sorry, the Great Prison? Is that just a tourist attraction or is that an actual like shopping district?
The great prison is not for shopping, just another area to know about. A maximum security prison for the criminals of the Nine Hells. Inmates are made to follow the rules of the Nine Hells through various means.
That is hilarious. Hell has a prison. The more you know.
That first one you mentioned, would that happen to be the Agora of Floating Knives?
Yes, the Agora of Floating Knives. It is at the edge of the city of Death, floating upon many vessels.
Hmm.
Huh. That's where
I'm,
my
assu-
item is.
I'm assuming we need soul coins to trade here.
Potentially.
What are soul coins?
It
Oh,
is the currency most utilized by those denizens that call the Hells home. But the Agora is welcoming of those non-fiendish heretic. This is perhaps the most welcoming of such figures, particularly in the Agora. You may be able to trade for gold there, for other wealths you might carry.
hmm. Starting to look back on that deal with the Baphomet. Gosh darn. But to answer your question, specifically, a soul coin is a currency, but it's also a literal soul trapped in a coin.
That sounds awful, but it makes perfect sense given where we are. Sure.
Pretty much. It's also a fuel source, if I remember correctly.
Fuel source for what?
Some of
Infernal
those
war
giant.
machines.
Like motorcycles.
What is motorcycle method? Um,
Or, whatever the equivalent is. Ash doesn't say motorcycle.
It's this two-wheeled like engine thing that you ride like a horse, but it's not a horse.
um, cool. Well,
Fuel source. Could you eat a soul coin?
Romulus could answer that.
Probably. You could eat a
Because
you
he's,
could eat a gold piece, but would you?
I mean,
I mean,
I
technically, if you consume, if you're a being that consumes souls, yes, but I don't, I don't think that's something you want to do
They're also pretty
otherwise.
big. Like, a soul
Yeah.
coin
Yeah,
isn't like bringing out the
it's not a
conclave
quarter.
coin. It's a hefty disc, and that's the size of your standard soul coin.
I'm just gonna think I'd like my patron might
It was like,
want me to collect them if there's a way to set them free. Yeah. cross that bridge when I come to it.
Well, here's the thing. Uh, and this is not canon. Obviously, this is Aziz saying like he's read theories on freeing people from soul coins. Um, it's not necessarily clear. At least I don't know. I've read some journals. But there is one major theory saying that soul trapped in soul coins aren't necessarily freed once you free them from the coin. I believe they just kind of get recycled back into, the lower planes.
Can the same be
Typically.
said once a soul coin is consumed by a war machine?
I don't have much knowledge on these war machines. Uh, I didn't. I've heard of them, but I haven't read many texts about them. Not a lot of people get back from the Nine Hells. Tell the tale.
It's fair.
Actually, since you know a bit about the theory, he's gonna ask Aziz again, like, if a soul is trapped in a soul coin, is it does it count as a corpse?
A corpse would be the body, the physical of the mortal coil. Soul is
Right.
more transcend, transcending
Transcendent.
metaphysical.
But
Yeah, metaphysical.
so I couldn't cast Speak with the Dead on a soul coin, could I?
I believe it has a feature where you can ask it questions. I'm not sure. Right?
You can
Uh,
ask a soul coin questions by expending a charge that it has.
it's a very devious smile you have there, Faye.
No one really interacted with soul coins besides feeding them to the infernal war machines. So whenever I can do more with soul coins, it's nice.
I'm sorry. You're saying your entire Avernus group did nothing with soul coins except feed them to the machines?
We
Yes,
needed them.
Well, no,
we needed the machines.
they also used it to book a spa resort.
You're monsters, all of you.
It wasn't for us, it was for a hag who was doing us a favor.
I wasn't part of that.
I mean, one in the Nine Hells.
You all are
Judge.
terrible, and I want you all to know that.
Tell me something
I
I
was like,
don't know.
I was like, Faye's entirely too happy to tell us about this. Like, why? It's like, well, no one actually did anything else with the soul codes except destroy them.
He's
Machines
fine.
were valuable. And it takes a long time to go places.
I see that now. I'm gonna have to come up with a lot of downtime. If it
Well,
continues like this.
the way that I'm looking at the map, right? And the way that
Oh, I get
barges,
it.
yeah, like the way that barges move, they're not fast vehicles. I'm expecting like an average 2 to 3 days of travel between one side of the map to the next side. Like,
No, I get it. I get it. Trust me, I understand. I'm just like, oof. I got like I just like now going forward. I need to plan out more downtime activities. Um,
until things
but
happen.
yeah. So you, um, Lady, sorry, I'm not good with names.
Meliors. But you can call me Mel
Meliors.
if you'd like.
I would love that. Lady Mel. Um, you said your item that you were foretold is at this market or
Yep,
one of the folding rooms. Okay.
yep.
Well, is there anything else? Anyone else has anything on this level? of the house?
Mel
No,
can
I'm
sort
headed all
her
the way to
handy dandy
Kenya.
journal.
I got stereo. What happened?
I believe that Mel was pulling out the journal for reference, and I think the same along the lines was not specifically Mel going for the journal, but Redwin kind of being nothing here except for.
Yeah, yeah. I'm all the way out in the frozen wastes.
Same.
I don't have anything else
Okay.
noted for Dis.
Then it sounds like we have our first mission.
I'm happy to spend a few days between seeing that infinite void around the boat again. So definitely happy to spend more time in the choking, burning hell for seeing nothing.
Woohoo! Burning hells.
So, as you move down the river Styx towards the Agora of Floating Times, we'll pick up there in our next session.
No.